Damn raccoons took my garden gnomes again. Where do they even take it? Oh, hey there. Name's Brad Vanderblad. Nice to meet you. Did you want to know why I chose Nikon? Well, let's talk.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're in Windsor. Where are you going, good sir? There's nowhere to go here. Wondering what Windsor's like. Picture Detroit throwing up on itself and then you baking it, but you got the recipe wrong, and it's bad news here. So I've been traveling for 4 days straight all over this southern Canada, tropical Canada, and I was thinking, you heard it, should I just bring a little DJI Pocket 3, just a Sony X3000 maybe, or like go for it with the Nikon. We're in actual aps-c mode, HD, standard color science. I'm just throwing that out there. So I just want to talk a bit about what I've filmed so far in 4 days and why I think Nikon might be the most optimal travel vlog friendly setup. So even though this particular image looks like crap, we're in HD standard and that just happened, you have to trust that good times were upon us for most of this trip. I was shooting in RAW the whole time and we got some glory, my friend. Okay, we're abandoning that life on the porch there. I tried to put you up here. So whatever. Most of this trip, I've been actually in manual. I've just been like, make sure there's no zebras. Okay, make a little clip, record something fun, show the town. It's been like such a pleasure to use this over a DJI where you're just pointing and shooting. That can be fun sometimes. You just turn it on, you get it. Now, I'm sure there are many moments that just look terrible, but for the most part, I think it was very reliable. I haven't even seen the footage yet. I'm overlaying it throughout this video for you because I'll edit this when I'm back home because my laptop quits on me every night. But there was a moment where I went to the beach and it was pitch black, like there's no lights on this beach. And it was like 51,000 ISO, and I'm in RAW, and I'm guaranteeing it looks terrible, super noisy, but it was fun. I had fun being there, and you couldn't have done that with the DJI. You couldn't have manually focused that. You would have to just hope for the best and be hunting all the time. Like I made a little vlog in Ottawa at night on the DJI Pocket 3, and it was hunting. It was mostly the background. It wasn't that important of a show, whatever. But why this might be the ultimate travel setup, we're on the Z6 III with the 26mm 2.8, but I'm talking about the ZR because it's slightly lighter, but basically it's super light. I was at like Tony 7.1 for most of the trip because I wanted to show the background. Now we're in Windsor. I'm trying to pretend I'm not here, and it's not easy, so we're wide open. But the focal length, it's decent. It's decent for this. You can sense the background when I do stop it down, and 4K 120 gives you a punch in. So like I got some seagull action. There was a bunch and a dog chased them all away and I was like, oh my god, 4K 120, boom, and I was getting them and it was slow motion. It was just punched into like 40 mil roughly. So like you have some versatility on the Nikon where some cameras don't crop in their slow-mo, and that's cool too, but it's actually kind of fun if you can crop. Let's go to the backyard. Windsor backyards are different. I'm not sure if all of this is also my backyard, but I feel like it is. Even though the house line, it stops right there, and I'm sure we're sharing it with someone, but I tell you, Nikon, it was fun to take you. Like the Stabe, it's not the best. You're not class leading anything, but your autofocus is reliable, and this little combo is just good, and you get some filmic touches. The whole video just shot in NRAW, graded with the red film bias offset LUT most likely. Very simple, I don't have to do anything to it. It's just, could I have done this with any other system? Yeah, probably. Sony would have been a little more clinical. Here's why I would take Nikon over Sony. The color science. That blue house would be purple. My face would be green. I wouldn't be happy. We're not getting anything we're proud of. We're in focus. Stable, a little shaky. I do need to get better at using a Nikon though, because there's a lot of things that I'm not very quick at shifting into. For example, I went to take a picture of my fiance and I just we saw this like pumpkin building. This was in Kingsville. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna set up the self timer, take a picture of you, and then I'll hop in the shot. So yeah, you think that's easy on Nikon? There's a setting for it. So I'm like, okay, cool. 10 seconds, that should be enough. Okay, boom. Press the shutter, click. I'm like, that sounded instant, like you took the picture already. There's 2 separate menus for that setting. You have to set the time, and then in a completely different subsection of your life, you have to turn it on to that drive mode of timer time. The hell is that, man? Took me half an hour. We almost missed our bus. There are no buses in Kingsville. I improv'd that. I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the episode, but if you want to see the travel vlog where I'm exploring like 3 different cities, and now we're in the 4th one to see which one I'm moving to, that's on my Vegetable Police channel. There's probably going to be 3 separate videos there. But I was thinking, is this going to be too heavy and annoying to bring? Like, I'm having all this stuff with me, and it's got to be quick. And what I was doing was just carrying this with its tripod just in my hand. Like, it's light enough. The ZR would have been even lighter, but the grip, there's no grip, so maybe this is better. But I could have held it by the tripod upside down while I'm walking, but it wasn't hard. And I could have clipped it on. It would be a bit tight for this to be your whole vlog. It's just like portrait vlogs. But I found it wasn't too hard to travel with this. Like, an action cam would have been a lot easier. It could have went in a pocket, tiny little thing, just point and shoot, whatever, get the shot. But it wasn't gonna like bring you up Fuji magic or anything. But I was very happy with the setup as a whole. I usually just had the lav mic plugged directly in. I brought my little Tascam DR10L just for the odd chance that I might be too far away from the camera, like I did on the porch today. This is the first time I've used that. Most of the time it was plugged directly in. It was very easy, just clipped on. You're walking around like that. Oh, I'm gonna film this. Cool, look at that sign. And then you turn around. Okay, we're filming that. Fence ton. There is none. There's some. So, Nikon, you win. Could I have done this with the Canon R5 II? What would that have been like? Bit heavier. Autofocus probably not quite as good. Not as much magic. Just cartoony colors, but not a filmic vlog. Would you have felt the town? Not as much. If I was on the Fuji, I feel like I would have had many moments out of focus and shifting with that 18mm lens. That wouldn't have been right. Nikon. There was a couple times where I did use the viewfinder for that seagull shot. I was like, not that made it any better or in focus at all, because I couldn't see if there was animal eye detect. There's a lot you have to learn about your camera, and then you can switch. Oh, I want auto, face, and animal. I didn't have that. There's a lot. I need to like learn this better. And I only had 1 battery. You want to know why? Because before my trip, I saw that Amazon Warehouse had a used camera battery. So I was like, oh, I'm going to buy that. It arrived right before my trip. I'm like, cool story. Opened it up, and it wasn't the same battery. This is an L15C. I was like, this one's gray. What is that all about? L15B. One of you jabrones bought the thing and like, this is better than my battery. I'm going to give them my old one. Here's my return. Whoops. And now I have to pay for it. So, battery was fine. I just charged it each night. And space I'm running out of. That's why I started this in HD. I was like, I have my whole life on this card. It could fail. And everything I've said in this video, there was no B-roll because the whole trip is ruined. Because my card reader didn't work. I couldn't even get the files off onto my laptop. So everything's on here. It might not even exist. But not bad, Nikon. When I see a deal for that ZR, not that this was that heavy. It really isn't. I don't know that it's even worth it to get the ZR, if I'm being honest with you. Losing my viewfinder, all to gain what? Just the red RAW, which will be higher in file sizes than this NRAW, and probably not even better. I don't know, man. Either one is good, I would think. Bigger screen could have been fun. So, I'll be leaving now. Thank you for watching all 4 episodes. This and the 3 on Veggie Boy. Sorry for filming this on a cloudy day and not taking you anywhere outside of my toxic air bed and bedroom. That's not what you call those, but whatever, man. It's a bad place. There's literally Kleenex in the screen right there. There's a hole in it. There's a lot of bad things in this neighborhood, but whatever. That's fine. I'm going to go home. Thank you for the Bitcoin donations. Nikon is our future, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Subscribe for more. I'll see you next.